Good afternoon, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. They are out. We know who we now play. Well, we knew who would play, but we didn't know the order that we would play them. And what about that game? The last game of the season. Just think about it. If Hearts are to win the league, there will only be 600 Hearts fans at Celtic Park. Hopefully Celtic will be winning the league that day, and it'll put 600 Hearts fans out their misery. If you're a Hearts fan and you've got a chance of winning the league, you're going to be absolutely raging at the fact that there will only be 600 fans at Celtic Park. That is what you call karma. That is what you call karma. 3 home games as expected. The first game, 5:30 kickoff, Falkirk at home. Let's make that one count. Falkirk won't be an easy game, but at least we get the game done and dusted first. At least we get, and we'll jump onto the screen to show you the rest of the games. And obviously Celtic start off on the 25th of April, Celtic versus Falkirk, 5:30 p.m. kickoff at Celtic Park. I'm going to say that's a difficult one because, you know, there's people that catch boats and everything back to Ireland and everything, and that'll be an interesting one for all those folks to work out. It's not really thinking about the fans again. It is just a case of it's been rearranged to get it on early. Why didn't they put it early on the Saturday, or don't know, the 5:30 kickoff it is. On the Sunday, Rangers versus Motherwell at Ibrox. Hibernian versus Hearts. Now that's an interesting one because Hibernian will be due them one surely, and it could make it very interesting at the top of the table by that point. And then we go on to the 2nd of May. Falkirk versus Motherwell get it all kicked off, and then Celtic play on the Sunday. Celtic Sunday the 3rd of May versus Hibernian away. That's the 12 o'clock kickoff, early one through to Edinburgh for that one. And well, I'm still going to take Celtic a win for that. And then the Monday, May the 4th, it is a bank holiday weekend that weekend. Hearts versus Rangers. That's the killer game, isn't it? That's the game that knocks one of them out of the title race by that point. You would, or makes it iffy for one of those teams. Celtic, you would think that if Celtic win all their games up until that point, could that be the weekend that Celtic go into pole position? And what a time to go into pole position, because the very next weekend, Saturday the 9th of May, Falkirk versus Hibernian, 3 o'clock kickoff. Motherwell versus Hearts is an 8 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday. Jesus, asking for trouble with that one, aren't they? Could you imagine giving Celtic an 8 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday night? Gee, that would just be mental. Anyway, then they have the Celtic Rangers game. There will be 2,500 Rangers fans at that game. 12 noon kickoff. That could be ultimately the weekend where we know if we're in contention to be in that top spot. I think if we beat Rangers at Celtic Park, which I think that we can, you know, it's although we drew a blank in the last game, we put them out in penalties when we played them. We did get beat at Ibrox, but Celtic Park, that big crowd, you know, I think that we can do it. I definitely think we can do it. And then we're going to the 16th of May, and it all starts to come together. The final game of the season, Celtic versus Hearts. Can't make it up, can you? Can't make it up whatsoever. And I tell you one thing, Celtic better not try and increase the away capacity for that lot. Give them 600 tickets. It's all they deserve. It's all they deserve. That's what they reduced our allocation to. Give them 600 tickets and be done with it. Absolutely fantastic way to end the season. Rangers are away to Falkirk. They'll be hoping that they're still in contention on the last day of the season. Or will it all be done and dusted? Celtic play Motherwell the week before. Hearts, Falkirk, Rangers, Hibernian. Wednesday, 13th of May. Will it be done and dusted, or will it be a helicopter Saturday? Helicopter Saturday. Will the helicopter go between Falkirk and Glasgow. Doesn't have far to go, really. Will it be Celtic? Will it be Hearts? Or will it be Rangers that win the title this year? It's all up in the air. For me, I'm going with Celtic. Let's jump on to the other screen and let's get your comments in. And Huns fixtures leaked hours ago. Nothing corrupt to see. Who cares? Couldn't really ask for any better. And about it now that we know what we need to do, you know, I think that it kind of settles everyone a bit, doesn't it? It's we know we knew that we needed to win every game. Let's just make sure that we've got everyone back at Celtic Park, and we need Celtic Park to become an absolute cauldron of noise for these final home games. I mean, the Falkirk one, you're thinking the late kickoff, that should be quite vocal, because everyone might be lubricated slightly for that game. The away one at Hibs, they have got a slightly smaller allocation at Hibs than what we would normally get over the years, but the big one is obviously the Rangers game. We need to make sure that we win that one, because if we win that one, we're surely in and around that top spot by that time. Motherwell on the Wednesday night, that will take care of itself. Motherwell will have pretty much nothing to play for at that point, I would have thought. They'll be securing the position that they are in. And then it comes down to the Hearts game. Who will be top of the table come last day of the season? Could it be the fact that three teams are got, you know, similar points? And it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Come on, Motherwell this weekend. Guaranteed brother beaten will referee Celtic versus Hearts. Yeah, always going to be. Always going to be. Afternoon to Edwards. Hearts won't win more than 2 games. Well, Rangers will score a barrel load against Falkirk on the last day of the season, so that worries Stephen. I think that we need to. Falkirk, it's not going to be an easy game against Falkirk, and I don't think that the Rangers will have it easy against them. But I don't think that goal difference will come into it. It will be 2 or 3 points. I think whoever wins the league will win it by a couple of points. Let's jump back into that. Surprise, surprise, Huns are playing Falkirk, the team who will probably be in the cup final a week later. This is very true. And Celtic will be also hopefully in that cup final. What game do you think Alistair Johnson and Callum Osman would be back? I'm kind of hoping that they're back for the Falkirk game. I'm hoping that the majority of the players are back for the Falkirk game so that we can get a good. I think Alistair Johnson, it's looking unlikely that he'll be back, but I'm hoping Osmond is definitely back. And you never know, Callum Osmond might become the new Harold Brackback for Celtic, and would just take his career into a different level next season. Alistair Johnson, I think it's who do we get back first? Is it Alistair Johnson, or is it our little Mexican friend? Does he come back to Celtic for the last couple of games of the season? One step at a time, each day will come. Enjoy the journey. March with O'Neill to those Irish battlefields. 16th of May, scheduled to be another Albert Kidd Day. I really hope that. I mean, Hearts would have been on the phone to Celtic. Go and give me our tickets, mate. Go and give us me our tickets. But beat it. Not a chance. Not a chance. Lauren says she's heard that the game began back in on Saturday. Anyone else heard this? Yes, but it's been mentioned since the big. It was mentioned a couple of days ago that they were coming back in, Lauren. So, perfect timing. Don't know. It could be the perfect timing to create that bit noise, that little bit of atmosphere that we need at Celtic Park. It's just fucking get this done. Come on. Do you believe that we can win the league? I do. What a shame for Osmond. Had a few belters of a games and injured himself. Still more to come from that young man. Yes, this is very, very true. When we look at the bottom 6 fixtures, I mean, it's Livingston are done and dusted for, aren't they? I mean, Livingston are they're getting relegated. So the bottom 6 fixtures are Aberdeen versus Kilmarnock, St Mirren versus Livingston on the 25th. The 26th is Dundee United versus Dundee, and Dundee Derby. Nice one for the end of the season. Friday the 1st of May, Livingston versus Aberdeen, 7:45 kick-off. Saturday the 2nd of May, Dundee versus St Mirren. Kilmarnock versus Dundee United, also on the 2nd of May. 9th of... let's put that on the big screen, actually. Put it up there so everyone could see it. And then you've got the 9th of May, you're looking at Dundee United versus Aberdeen versus Dundee United. That'd be a tidy game as well. Good game. Dundee versus Livingston, 3 o'clock kickoff. Livingston know that there's no way back for them, so they're just playing for pride, aren't they, between now and the end of the season. Kilmarnock are away to St Mirren on that day also. Tuesday, the 12th of May, Aberdeen versus St Mirren. Dundee United versus Livingston. Kilmarnock versus Dundee, and Dundee versus Aberdeen on the 17th of May. Livingston versus Kilmarnock, and St Mirren versus Dundee United on the 17th, also the day after. So it kind of makes it, I mean, I am against this split, but I think that it gives it, for a TV perspective, it does give it a little bit more exciting, because you've sort of, the league's done and dusted. Or does it? Or does it undermine? You know, you've got the chance to become champions on Saturday, but then you've still got games on the Sunday. You know, it's a crazy scenario that only Scottish football could think up, isn't it? It's absolutely bonkers. You know, the final games of the season should be all about who becomes champions, and then that's it. But no, Scottish football is like, and now we have some extra games for you. I hope they get rid of the split at some point. I mean, it is good, but it's. I think that when you look at the league table, you could have somebody that's finished. It's happened many times. You have somebody that's in 6th position, and points wise, they can be 10, 15 points behind the team that's in 7th, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, right, let's jump into some more of your comments. Get your immediate reactions after this one, which has been announced. Where is it mentioned? Because I've not seen it on any official sites yet. It's on Celtic's site. It's on Celtic's social media. It's been passed around like a WhatsApp groups like nobody's business. But yeah, it's on Celtic's. This was taken from Celtic's social media. So if you go to Celtic's social media, you get it. Lauren says she's not overly fussed about the order of games, just win them all and hope that the other two don't give us a last day decider. Well, if we win all our games, it doesn't matter. Don't know, if we win all our games, we're only 3 points behind Hearts. We beat Rangers, we go above them. We beat Hearts, we go level with them. You're expecting Rangers to take points off of Hearts, I would say. So then that would then put Celtic top of the table. It could be the position where Rangers are thinking, do we really want to beat Hearts to try and stop Celtic winning the league? Would they think like that? Of course not. They'll try and go out and make sure that they can win it on their own right as well. But I think that Hearts are the ones that are going to take the biggest pounding out of the top 3, and it's up to Celtic to beat Rangers and Hearts. We beat Rangers and Hearts, and we're champions. They'll be saying the exact same thing, by the way. They'll be saying that, look, this Celtic team aren't that great, you know, but they might also be saying, those pesky Fenians have got 3 games at home. Those dirty, pesky Fenians. 25 years of the split now, yeah, and it's still ridiculous, isn't it? Win 4 home games, and we are simple, yes. I think the St Mirren game is the most important one now. It is, isn't it? It's always the next game that's the most important one. We have 2 games coming up against St Mirren, and in the league, first of all, this weekend. That is the most important game until the next one. And then we do have a little trip to Hampden to play St Mirren again. And it'll be a revenge match. It will be revenge. And if these players don't want to go to Hampden and don't want to get revenge over St Mirren, there's something far wrong with them. That's to be said. Anyway, I think the only way to get rid of the split is to make the league bigger. Can't see it though. That's something that I've been calling for a few years. I think that the league should be bigger. There are lots of clubs that are out with the SPFL that could have higher attendances. I mean, when you look at the attendance at Dundee the other night, it's ridiculous. Don't know, afternoon, Sunday evening, early evening, and the Dundee fans just didn't really bother turning up. But the thing is the team put up a fight. Don't know, but it's crazy. It is crazy. Simple. Win 6 games and we are champions. It is as simple as that. It's going to be a bit like pass the parcel over the next few weeks. Just hoping the music stops. We have the present. Yes. And we are raising it above their heads. Champions again. Champions again. Ole, ole. Champions again. Ole, ole. Those first 3 games of the split will give us a lot of weight. I think the first, getting Falkirk. I mean, I actually thought that they would have played either. I thought they would have played the Hearts game first, and given Celtic Falkirk last. But maybe they're thinking, we'll get Celtic Falkirk out of the way because there's a good chance that it could be Celtic Falkirk in the final. So you're not wanting 2 Celtic Falkirk games in the space of a week or so. But yeah, if we get the points on the board for Falkirk, on the Saturday evening, that gives us a little bit of a breather space because we've been playing catch up in games. We've been playing after everyone else, so it's a case of we needed to know what we needed to do. We needed goals, we needed to win. Puts a little bit of pressure on us when the other teams have got the points on the board. This gives us the chance to get the points on the board on the Saturday evening and give us a little bit of a momentum, It gives us that little bit of momentum. We're all on the Celtic roundabout. I'm currently we're winning the league, but I might change my mind again. Sriracha has got to start these games. He makes things happen for the front 3. Kells and Forest. Oh, Martin O'Neill will need to make sure this is a big one for Martin O'Neill, isn't it? The chance to become champion again all these years later, after taking Celtic on a hell of a journey 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago when he first came into Celtic, taking us on a hell of a journey. And through one of those journeys and through one of those years, we get all the way to a Europa League Cup final. But what nobody really, really talks about, and everyone goes on about 2003 and a fantastic year, and you have Chris Sutton and John Hartson, who are now pundits off the back of what they did in 2003. You've got Petrov as a pundit in Scotland because of what he did at Celtic on the back of 2003. Neil Lennon, all the players that played in that 2003 team are pretty much still milking it to this day. But they won nothing. They won absolutely nothing. And Martin O'Neill will want to rectify that. He will not want to go down in history as the manager that came back to Celtic and won nothing. Martin O'Neill will want to prove his missus wrong for starters. And hopefully we'll go out and win the double. We haven't beaten Hearts or Rangers in the league this season. How are we going to beat them in the final stretch? I just can't see us doing it, says Stephen. Well, there's always we've got the chance. We're at home. We're at home, and I think that we can do it. You've got to believe that you can do it. You've got to believe that you can do it. He started with 6-2. He'll finish with 6-2. Yep, he did that, didn't he? We need to focus on St Mirren first. Yes, we do. Falkirk and Hibs will be difficult. All the games will be difficult. The 03-04 season was something as well, with 25 league wins in a row. Record still stands. It does that. I fancy Falkirk that last game, actually. Falkirk have got everything to play for the last game of the season. I mean, people are saying, look, you've got Falkirk playing Rangers that last game of the season. But think about it this way. If Falkirk are in the Scottish Cup final at that point, you're playing for your position in the final. You're basically playing for your position in the final. So when it comes to Falkirk, they're at home. they're not wanting to end the season on a downer, getting humped by Rangers. You know, there's every chance that Falkirk might go, wow, we're in the Scottish Cup final. They're not. Let's go out and prove that we're a good team and take points off Rangers today. Let's do the double over the Glasgow mob. Anyway, Hearts on the last day. Hopefully McInnes in tears, yes, and hopefully only 600 fans at the game from a Hearts perspective. Martin O'Neill. This week is practice match for the semi-final. Yeah, this is true. I fancy Falkirk against the Huns this weekend, actually, says Lorne. I knew we would play Hearts last game of the season, says Paul Baird. It's it makes it an exciting end to the season. But then again, if Celtic do everything the right way, and if things work out the way that you would kind of dream of it happening, you know, maybe Hearts would be coming to Celtic Park hoping for a win to win the league on goal difference. You never know. Celtic might be 3 points ahead of Hearts by then, and I hope that they are. Could you imagine we draw or we get beat the last game of the season at Celtic Park for Hearts to then win the league on goal difference? Oh. I just replay every video back in December where I said we need to score goals. We need to score goals on a weekly basis under Wilfred Nancy. I said we need to score goals. We need to score goals, and we weren't. We were getting beat. But anyway, no practice. Fight. We don't stop. Yeah, this is very true. Anyway, that is just the quick update. That is the games that we'll play. We do have another game to play this weekend before we go into Scottish Cup action. Getting a little bit excited now, aren't we? It's always when you don't know who we're playing. You know, there's always the unknown, the uncertainty, the little negative Nelly inside you's going, I'm never going to do it. But now that you've seen that, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, we could do this. We could do this. We're definitely due a game against Rangers. We're due a win against them. And we're definitely due a win against Hearts. You know, I think we were unlucky against Hearts earlier on in the season. But it's there for the taking. Excellent fixtures for us, I'm shocked, I have to say. If I was Hearts or Rangers, I would be raging at the scheduling of their fixtures. Hopes are up again, says a Mikey boy. Scottish Football Association must think we are idiots, says David. If we win the league by 3, with 3 of our top players out, it can only be up and better next year, surely. Hearts and the Hun Zombies come from the same cloth, rotten to the core, says Paul Baird. We'll finish on that one. Anyway, even though opposition fixtures would be hard to pick them better. It's all to do. It is that. Right, let's talk about this evening. God, it's exciting, isn't it? Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. I think we can do it. I really do. I really think that we can get this one right over the line.